I'll tell you the moment that I knew I had a real company.
Huh.
Because I do think there's a certain degree of like just blind faith in yourself. And I know about myself that I'm a hard enough worker that failure's not an option. I'm not going to let it fail,
Yep.
right? I'm going to push it as hard as I can. I will work as hard as it's necessary to make it go. And remember back then, I started my business in 2010, so the economy wasn't great.
Right.
And everybody said, you're going to be a digital-only agency? Like, that doesn't exist. I was the first digital-only agency in Orange County, California when I opened the doors. And people told me it wasn't a real job and I needed, good thing I had TV to fall back on and I wasn't going to go anywhere. And even my parents were like, you're doing what for a living? Because it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And I believed I could make it work. And so for the first year or so, we did only social media. And then I realized that we needed to build out and do more of the surrounding things to make the social media work better. So we added websites and video and built our way up to be a full service agency. But I think there was a turning point for me about 7 years in when we rebranded as KWSM instead of Katie Wagner Social Media.
Okay.
Because at that point, it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
I had a staff of probably 20 or 30 people at that point. We didn't just do social media. We were a full service agency. And a lot of our clients didn't come in through me anymore. At the beginning, it's people or you meet and you're the sort of force behind that. But we had a machine that worked and clients came in and we rebranded to be KWSM and took me out of the equation publicly, which was a good move for the company. And I thought, now we're a real business. It's not just Katie's vanity project. And then there was a moment shortly after where my staff was sitting around the conference table onboarding a new client. And I wasn't in the meeting, but I walked through and I thought, oh, it's a new client. And I walked up and I said, hi, I'm Katie. Thank you so much for being here. We're really honored that you're trusting us with this. And I shook their hand and I felt really good about myself. And I walked back to my office and the client looks at my staff and goes, who was that? And I thought, whew, that's a blow to your ego, but that's a real business. Yeah, I thought that's exactly what needed to happen. And I think that is really the moment I knew that this was something that would live beyond me.